Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions because KATSEYE's LARA took it too far.
KATSEYE's LARA saying on live that Will Byers looks hot in the new Stranger Things season should have been the most harmless dorky little fangirl moment ever. Maybe some side-eyeing, sure, but of course, we live in a cursed timeline where nothing exists in a vacuum. So that one line immediately got slammed into the brick wall of Noah Schnapp discourse. Boycotts and people sprinting from Will is hot to Lara supports the Z word in under 30 seconds. Let's be very clear, Noah is not just controversial, he's not in the problematic but learning pile, he went full mask off, he made it abundantly clear where he stands politically and morally. And it wasn't some clumsy mid-answer in an interview, late 2023. That video of him and his friends literally messing around with stickers that said Z word is sexy was circulating everywhere. That's not I don't know enough, that's mocking suffering. That's turning an active system of violence into an insulting joke. People are dying and this dude thought slapping flirty stickers on support for that was cute. Despicable doesn't even begin to cover it. You have that big of a platform and that's what you choose to amplify? You're spitting in the faces of people who are being unalive.
You gotta love Biscoff.
How old is he?
It's time to unthink what
I
business
think when I
banking can
yesterday
be.
looked him up.
Blue
He's pretty
Line
young.
is uncomplicated.
But I think
Unborn.
And everyone risking their lives
his name is Jewish Snap.
to speak up about it. Then in January
He could be
2024,
German
he drops
or-
that TikTok clarification where he does the usual soft focus.
He's like Jewish, like his religion.
No, like his ancestry.
Ah.
Celebrity cleanup. My views were misconstrued. I want peace. I don't support harm. I hope for coexistence. Blah blah blah. It was pure damage control. No accountability. No real clarity. The internet wasn't reset by that. The damage was done and he became a symbol of tone deaf. Celebrity politics. And honestly, even calling it tone deaf is generous. So Lara saying he's character in Stranger Things is hot lives in that context. Fans heard Will and immediately processed Noah because in their minds, the character and actor are fused. And I get
Her
that. People are
response-
boycotting the show. They're
Her
angry.
response was, "Oh, she doesn't know this person."
Yeah, she
essentially.
said she was commenting about the character and the most, something
Yeah.
like that along the lines, yeah.
But what's interesting, she's very careful too. She's not touching the subject either. It's a no subject.
Based on, I think she said something like you or something like that. Look to kind of indicate that she doesn't support his views.
She said ill.
Something like that in the tweet. I don't. Maybe she puts up the original tweet so we can not tweet the whatever Weaver's message or whatever that was. We can see exactly. I don't remember.
They're grieving. They're watching the world absolutely fail morally. And they're hypersensitive to anyone even appearing to give him a pass. So they hear that line and go straight into moral siren mode. And the internet being the internet, nobody pauses to ask, wait, did she say Will or Noah? It's straight to KATSEYE member supports a Z word actor. And the thread is all.
Yeah, I think it's important Will or Noah. I think that's an important distinction to say. Because if you say Noah, okay, she knows at least she knows the name, she knows who he is. If you say Will, you talk about the person in the movie or TV show.
How my nachos taste?
It's good. That's what
Well,
you
not
said.
just-
Well, what shall we do? My goodness,
I
yes,
cooked.
you said this yesterday. You
cooked.
did. I'm just, for those who didn't watch the video yesterday,
Yeah,
I'm
because
giving
sometimes
a
I
little
look
recap.
at you and then you saying things I said in another
My
video.
goodness.
And for example, someone didn't watch that other video and they're
Right,
like, wow,
oh.
Lucas was so spot on. Spot on. But that was a generic accent. No one's accent in particular.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for that apology.
Already at 4,000 likes. Then Lara comes back with a
There you go.
clarification.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, she didn't say you. She said, oh, hell nah. Like, to me, implying that she doesn't support his views.
I'm just a fan of the show. I was not aware about any of the actors' backgrounds or what's the pointer is there.
Oh.
Or stances. I was not sharing support for anything but the show. Do not get it twisted.
Don't get shit confused.
Thank you. Ooh.
I think this was appropriate
I think so.
response.
I
I
think,
she
yeah.
handled it well. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Let's just get through. Let's see what Spy got to say. Because we talked about it 2 times already. I don't.
Yeah.
Not
I
much
was
to add.
thinking to myself, like for us and for you guys, when we cover this, like sometimes we see the same story again. And I feel bad because sometimes we do a really good previous video that we go in. And then by the third video, I'm like, okay.
I
we're
feel
good.
like 2 times, like sometimes the second time's usually like something new comes up, so there's more to talk about. Yeah, third time usually.
Yeah,
there's not
like
much
if
to
the
say.
second time I get it, if there's more information,
Yeah.
like a follow up, okay.
Or just like a different channel puts a little different angle.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but no, 3 times, yeah, 3 times
Yeah.
not much to say there.
Yeah.
And
But I
honestly,
like on some of the channels, they do a really good job putting a lot of it there. so we can really dissect it. Because I think for this person, K-pop spy, sometimes they don't show the context of it. So I'm doing a whole piece, and then in another video, I'll see the actual context, and I'm like, oh.
It was solid, she said very clearly. She was talking about the character, the storyline, the scene. She wasn't endorsing the actor. She was not aware of his controversy and she was not co-signing his politics. On Weverse, she literally says, I'm just a fan of the show. I wasn't talking about any of the actors' backgrounds or political stances. I was only reacting to the show. Don't twist it. That's a pretty straightforward, appropriate response. You say something vague. People flip because of context you didn't address. You clarify.
Like, if you're vague, it leaves room for anything to be said about you or what you're thinking or your thoughts. It's super stupid. That's why you kind of like, I don't know, when they will learn not to have to express every single thought they have.
I think they're learning a little bit
I
as they
don't know.
go.
I haven't seen it yet, Lucas.
I think
Every
they're
time
learning.
it's like I feel like we get a controversy, then we get a response.
I think
Controversy
I
response.
think they're learning.
I think honestly they can also just like to be on the topic of
That's
conversation
possible.
too.
Good. Any publicity is good publicity.
Clarify. You separate.
And to be fair, like I don't even think this is like career damaging stuff. This is just herb trending. That's it. Like this is really like irrelevant stuff.
You know, I'm on the side of TikTok, guys. South Asian TikTok, where the girls like
South Asian, that's like Indian.
yeah, so like girls like Lara, right now they're being focused on because of Usha and her husband. Usha Vance, just JD Vance and his wife Usha Vance. So they're saying this was an interesting coupling because they seem to come from two different worlds and they're now together. How does this blend?
I mean, how is Haitian and Lithuanian blend?
No, this is specifically in the topic of like for the government right now don't necessarily show interest or like people who can come from South Asia per se.
They don't like people that have any melanin in their skin.
Yes.
Like,
So it's like this coupling is like interesting to look at and examine on this side of TikTok.
It's
because
the same thing. It's like when Cubans voted for Trump here in Miami. Now they're like, oh, I don't care for other Cubans. I'm legal.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure she's Indian, but she don't care for other Indians. It's the same way. You know?
So low key, I can see the nuances where they
Why are you talking about this?
Because low key, I'm kidding. You gotta prep it before you season
Your
it.
prep is too long, Rochelle.
Okay, and then okay. So I can see the spin, guys, where Lara, South Asian girl, and this guy, Noah Schnapp.
What, they're gonna date?
Not date, but they come from two different worlds, and I can see the judgment. Like, is she supporting a person with this kind of view? This is kind of similar to what we have here in the States with Usha Vance and JD Vance. So I could see that spin, and I see that Laura do not want it, especially because they keep calling ICE on her. So she's trying to get on the good side of things. It's just my mind. That's where it goes.
Do you need a back rub?
I'm good. I got it
Does
off.
your back hurt?
No, I just wanted to. No, I wanted to say. Wait, there could be a spin on this.
That's the biggest reach I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, if you're on the side of South Asian TikTok, you would
I don't know why you even brought this up.
I'm also on the guys. I'm also on the H mark TikTok drama.
Can we move on?
I hope they cover that.
The character from the actor. You make it clear you're not endorsing his views. Textbook crisis handling. But fans weren't satisfied because she didn't go the extra step and explicitly say the magic words. I disagree with his stance on XYZ and support the exact phrase they want. They wanted a political manifesto, and they got it calmed down. I meant the
She kinda
character,
said it,
so
though.
naturally that wasn't enough for the pitchfork crowd. And then people started dragging her for watching Stranger Things in the first place. Since there is a highly visible Stranger Things boycott online, myself.
Age, how would they respond to something like this? Like, I don't want this accusation, and she responded like how I expected someone her age to respond.
I mean, not just her. I would respond similarly too. Like, it's not something to apologize for. Like, what's there to apologize for? That's not what she.
See, that doesn't sound like her apology. Your apology sounds different.
No, but I'm saying I wouldn't like apologize. I'm saying I like the person. Like, I would say something like, yeah, I was talking about the person, the character in the movie, not the person behind it. That's it. Like, that's.
And there'll be someone in the comments say, "How do you not know so and so? Like, are you under a rock?" Yes.
Yes, I am under the rock.
Yes.
I don't know anybody.
Yes.
And at the same time, the show is currently #1 on Netflix. So clearly a huge chunk of the planet didn't get the memo, ignored it or made their own messy moral compromises. That doesn't make the boycott meaningless. But it does make it hypocritical for random viewers to act like Lara personally spit on the movement by watching a show 90% of the world is still streaming behind the scenes. If you're gonna crucify her specifically, at least keep the knife raised for the millions of silent watchers too. Here's what people refuse to sit with. You can be chronically online and still not know every single celebrity's political stance. I live on the internet and even I don't know half the people my friends cancel in group chats. There are thousands of names, dozens of scandals per week, multiple industries, multiple languages, and the expectation that a 20-year-old idol who spends half her life rehearsing and the other half being
I guess I don't live on the internet, so for me it's hard to understand. I don't know.
filmed has a constantly updated mental spreadsheet of every actor's moral record is insane. She might genuinely have no idea what Noah did. She might have vaguely heard he's problematic and didn't connect the dots. She might know everything and watch anyway because people make their own ugly compromises all the time. We don't know. All we actually know is what she said. She meant the character, not the actor, and she wasn't thinking politics. Is that enough for everyone? Clearly not. People already decided who she was in their heads, and nothing she says is going to change it. Because this isn't only about Lara. It's about people being furious at the world and needing a face to funnel that rage into. She gave them one careless sentence and they slapped Noah's sins on her forehead like a
she's like the perfect target, like perfect to kind of like make a case or argument or whatever personal beliefs that person have, to use Lara as like the subject to the vessel to kind of carry out the narrative.
That plus also I think, you know, she's not liked for whatever reason. She's not liked, maybe her personality, maybe her skin tone, whatever. And anything she does, just a minor thing that can be picked on, it will get picked on. It is what it is.
You know, I think it's something about a young woman who's extremely confident and feel like she knows what she's doing can scare off or rub people the wrong way. Because oftentimes older people want to humble down younger generation because probably in their position they didn't know it all or felt the confidence, or they're bitter with
I don't
life.
think it's just older people. I think it's her peers could just be that don't have the same confidence and they're jealous. That don't have to be the
Similar
older
to
people.
people who
Just
pretty much
like-
bitter with life.
Yeah, because that has happened, you know, to us too. Like similar people, like peers that try to like put you down in everything you do, you know. So I think it's similar.
sticker and went wild. That doesn't mean the anger toward Noah himself is
we're
wrong.
getting
It's
vulnerable
justified
here.
completely. People should be loud about how
He's
disgusting his
pressing out.
behavior was.
We have
People
peers
are right to call
that
out
puts us
celebrities who
down.
normalize or glamorize systems
I'm
of
just
violence.
saying, like it's normal that there's like somebody who's jealous. They always try to like put your accomplishments down or like to put you down. Like it just, I think it's normal. It happens to everybody. I don't think it's something unique. And
No.
the thing is, when you like on this her scale, it's not at that point your peers is not just your friends, but like everybody online basically. So they just try to put you down because they're jealous.
People are right to boycott. What I'm side-eyeing is the leap from this man's politics are harmful to this girl said she finds his fictional character hot. Therefore she supports everything he supports and is just as bad. That's not critical thinking. I'm not even defending Stranger Things, personally. I don't touch that show or him. I'm not interested in separating art and artists there. I checked out, but my boundary is mine. It doesn't automatically turn everyone who makes a different choice
That's
into a
not
monster.
easy to
If
do.
one day
That's
Lara
so
comes out and
hard.
explicitly supports the same views he does, drag her, go in, no problem. But right now, people are writing fanfic about what they think she believes based on one comment she clarified immediately. And the worst part? Stuff like this cheapens the bigger fight. When you lump Lara said Will is hot into the same category as what Noah actually did, you flatten the scale of harm. You blur the line between direct endorsement and messy ignorance. You make it easier for companies and casuals to dismiss all political criticism as hysterical overreach. You turn a valid rage at a real problem into noise. And Hype eats that up. They get all the clicks, all the traffic, all the fan wars and zero sustained precise pressure. I love that people still care about politics, about lives, about justice. I love that we're not in the era of shut up and stream anymore. But if you're going to unleash the full force of moral judgment on someone, at least make sure they actually endorsed what you're accusing them of endorsing. Lara said a dumb vague line about a character, got cooked for it, clarified it, and people still stuck a belief system on her she never actually expressed. That's not activism. That's projection. You want to keep your standards high? Good, keep them high. But direct them at the right people. Noah showed you exactly who he is with his own actions and words. Lara didn't, and until she does, maybe stop writing essays about a stance she never actually took. 2. Wake 1 are extending ZB1's contracts for 2 months, which is insane because it looks big in headline form. Then you read the fine print and realize it's literally just enough time to squeeze in one last comeback. Do that already spoiled March concert, cry on stage and kick them out of the dorm. It's still better than an abrupt January okay bye. But let's not act like this is some generous act of love. This is post-credits scene, not new season, and you could see this coming from the second the Boys Planet lineup dropped. 4 members from one company in a temporary group? That's a very obvious future conflict. Wehua didn't send Hao, Ricky, and Eugen into ZB1 to let them rot there indefinitely. They sent them in to inflate their name value, farm fans, and then drag that popularity back into their own brand when time's up. Same with the other agencies. the more successful ZB1 became, the less realistic a big extension was ever going to be. Because suddenly every parent company is going, cute collaboration, thanks for the exposure, now hand our boys back. That's the curse of these survival groups. If they flop, nobody cares enough to fight over contract terms. If they hit big, everyone wants them back as fast as possible so they can cash in privately. ZB1 are selling millions.
Interesting, just to like only let's extend for only 2 months.
Well, as she said, for one comeback.
But then after that, then what?
Then they go back to their original labels and gonna join some new groups and they're in their own labels. I don't know.
To me, it's a little fishy, Lucas, because
I mean, it's a weird concept to me. They're treating these kids as pawns. I don't know, but
yeah, because
that's how it works.
you know how I feel like it's like when you have a lease. Traditionally, I only heard of lease a year, 2 years,
2 months.
or no,
2
a
months
year or
is-
2 years.
Yeah, 2 months is short.
But like
Never
when you
heard of a
switch
contract for
leasing,
2 months
when you
and-
leasing and you do month to month to month, that's like you pretty much in purgatory because every day, like,
yeah, you don't know what's coming.
you don't know what's
gonna
coming
come after the
next.
2 months, yeah.
and you know to prepare a move, it's like a month already. So it's like a lot of stress, and you still have to perform, and there's no stability.
Right, but the thing is, it's not like they have any other options, right? If
Yeah.
they did,
So
I would
now
just say,
what you
"No, I'm
gonna
good,"
but now
I don't
like
think
let
they
them
do.
work under that condition. You see, it worked. Are you gonna give as a business money for a year when you can only do 2 months and it's safer investment, and you see what they do and
Well,
you
I
know they're
understand.
straight? Okay, so when you get a longer contract, the person investing in you is guaranteeing they're investing in you for a long time, and they're putting up money so you have a chance of opportunity
They're
for
not
a year
investing in them. They're investing in a comeback.
in the comeback,
Yeah,
which
but
is
not in
them.
them. No, it's not.
The
They're not in-
comeback is not them.
No, they're just music. That's it. Perform and done. They're not investing into long-term touring. They're not investing
So
into
what's the
their
point of
skill
this? What's
set.
what's the point of this?
For a cash grab to sell an album
Yeah, so
quick, and
this is
that's it.
a business opportunity for them.
Yes,
So
but
in
they're
the
not
future,
investing in them, the people.
no,
They're not
exactly.
investing into their
That's the
training.
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's that's an opportunity to move for the investor, because it's a cash grab for 2 months. So what makes this investor want to do a year ever again if all I gotta do is put my money in 2 months, get my money back, and they're under the stress? They're already not on the
It doesn't
union.
work like that. You still have to invest. Somebody has to invest into them to train. 2 months is when you already trained. You can't just take from a ground up and do 2 months because you have to invest a lot for the
Okay.
training.
Lucas, let's see what happens in 2 months. I have a feeling if they see what happens, and they make some money of it, they're gonna
It's not
another 2
Rochelle, and
months.
nobody's starting a contract for
Another
2
2
months.
months.
Like it doesn't work like
I think,
that.
what the hell is this?
This is extending. Extending for 2 months is different than starting a brand new contract for 2 months.
Extending for
So
2
of course
months
this
is
is where we
wasting my
ended up.
time.
They're not being
Let me
robbed by a lack
go
of extension. They were designed from day one as a limited time product. And success just made their expiration date non-negotiable. This
Oh,
is
I don't
Eyes
like
1
that,
and 101
Lucas.
all over again. And now we're at the
Because-
predictable
Because I was still talking, and you did, like, you know how the Grammys, when they do the speech and it's too long, and they start playing the music
Yeah,
so they can
your
go.
speech is too
You
long.
try to do that to me.
I am trying
I
to
ain't
do
like
that.
that.
You're talking too much for
No,
sure.
but I'm just into the tea, into the drama. Okay, I'm ready.
Next step, speculation. You already see people mapping out post-ZB1 careers like it's a draft. Wehwa boy group with the ZB4 is basically guaranteed. Wehwa would be stupid not to build a new group around them, and they're even boys. The real question is what happens to the other 5, and that's where it always gets dark. Some will land fine, maybe a solo debut, maybe a new boy group, maybe acting, maybe BLs in variety work. But this fantasy where all 9 walk out of ZB1 with equally bright futures is delusion. History has never worked like that. IOI, 101, Eyes 1. You can name the handful of members who stayed mainstream without thinking. And then there's a long tail of, oh right, they existed careers. That's just the math of this industry. 3. Wase getting a perfect all-K with good goodbye is honestly one of the most satisfying plot twists this year. Because it proves what some of us have been screaming. When she's not being dragged into cheap, thirsty, try-hard gimmick marketing, she delivers art that actually ages well. The song itself is pretty safe structurally, but it feels intentional. From the sound to the MV direction to the way the performances were staged, it's giving grown woman. Not please look at me, I'm so shocking. That Blue Dragon stage? Stunning. The emotional energy, the styling, the framing, the way the live clips kept going viral and feeding the song's momentum on Korean socials. That's the kind of push you want to see. And then when you actually read the lyrics, they're genuinely gorgeous. Goodbye will hurt me, but I'll let the teardrops fall, even if I break in regret. I've loved us after all. Simple, clean, and actually saying something instead of I'm so hot. Look at my butt. For the 100th time, this being the song that goes #1 for her is symbolic. It's like Korea stamped her card and said you're a real artist on your own. You don't need shock value. You don't need P-Nation gimmicks. You don't need that man hovering over you for clout. And the melon situation was extra funny. I joked before about All Day Project maybe dethroning N Mix's Blue Valentine from the top of Melon, only for it to end up being Wasa who actually did it. The way N Mix fans reacted? Peak wholesome. They weren't salty, they were hyping her up, saying things like if someone's gonna take it, I'm glad it's her, uplifting Wasa and celebrating the moment instead of treating it like some war. That's how you do charts, competitive but not deranged. Which brings me to the clownery of some people in my comments going, you always drag chart-obsessed fans but here you are posting Melon updates. Hypocrite. Girl, obviously I check charts. I like charts. I check Melon daily like. It's the weather app. It's fun to track who's rising, who's stable, who unexpectedly snatched a peak, watching songs grow off stages and TikToks. Wanting your fave to have their moment, hit number 1, get some trophies, see good sales, good streams? That's normal. The problem is not enjoying numbers. The problem is worshipping them. It turns toxic the second you make chart positions your entire personality. Attacking idols who do better numbers than your fave or mock those with weak charts like they don't deserve to exist. That's where I check out. That's where the fandom starts looking inhuman. Numbers as a game equals fun, numbers as morality equals embarrassing. Watching Wasa win like this is the perfect example of numbers used well. A really good song, strong performances, real public resonance and a chart run that reflects that. No panic streaming cult. No begging people to put her on 24/7 loop. No, if you don't stream you're not a real fan, emotional blackmail, just a grown artist. A good release, strong stages, and the public vibing with it. You're allowed to enjoy that. You're allowed to be proud of that. 4. Let's review Stray Kids is Divine. I legit thought this.
Good for Hwasa. I don't remember the song particular. I think it was more like Korea focused than the West. But I do remember the music video. The music video was really good. But this is about the song, so good for her.
This was just a B-side they randomly threw an MV at, but no, it's a double title track with Do It, and thank God, because Do It did absolutely nothing for me. Divine on the other hand is exactly the sound I've been begging them to bring back, old school hip-hop but filtered through a modern lens. The whole thing keeps smacking you with surprises. You literally never know what verse, switch up, or sound is about to jump out next. The beat, the 90s influence, the synths, and the cohesion between the rap and vocals are all criminally good. And that Sungmin intro? Stop. His vocal runs are the moment. And let's talk chorus. Yes, it's shouting in my face. Yes, it's.
How do people like that? That Sunmin's part is such a not fitting part of the song. To me, like that's the worst part of the song. Like if they removed Sungmin's and I think Lino at the end doing the same thing. If they removed those two, it would be like a pretty good song. But like that Sungmin's intro is just he's completely not riding the beat. Like this is a hip hop beat. Ain't nobody trying to hear nobody sing on a hip hop beat. Like if you invite a lady to sing like R&B type of moment, you know, Aaliyah, Mariah, okay, I get it. Sungmin, come on.
It's loud and borderline aggressive. Normally I'd call that an auditory hate crime. But this time, it works. It's not obnoxious. It's layered. It has contrast. It hits the exact sweet spot of what a shouty chorus should feel like. And the MV? Divine. They actually blended modern aesthetics with Korean cultural visuals and costuming in really beating way. The whole track, sonically and visually, is that girl. Another standout release was Bloom by Racine, which felt like someone dug into a vault labeled 3rd Gen Optimism, dusted it off and handed it to a 2025 rookie. The verses flowed in that soft, almost wistful zone. Then the chorus just pops open with a bright and melodic sound. You can hear the WUA DNA and that late 3rd Gen, early 4th Gen sweetness in the way the melody climbs. It's a bit generic and safe, but it's good. Speaking of.
It's a simple, easy, and quick process online.
Hey Young Girly.
Let's skip this. We haven't reacted. Maybe we'll do it today. Taeyeon. Very, very. Oh, and very, very is also we didn't react to. Okay.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.